What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Suplex City to City. You got me, Marcus. You got my tag team partner, El Davo, also known as David. As you can see, he doesn't have the mask on today. Say what's up to the people daily.
What's up? What's up? What's up, world? As you know, I'm David. No mask today. I'm a man of many identities, as you will find out later on.
And that's good to see. It's always gonna be intriguing to see what he looks like for today. Um, we had a pretty busy weekend, pretty busy week. Let's go ahead and jump into these topics. Let's start off with SmackDown. SmackDown was indeed intriguing. What
Yes,
did you
it
think of the show
was.
overall?
Um, I give the show a B, like kind of in the mid B's. I'm not gonna go too far into it, but it was a good show, but it was some that were better. So I just say
Yeah,
that.
that's kind of like why I have it. I have it as a low B. It did some things to intrigue me. It had some things that had me bored, but in the same part, it was
Yeah.
okay. It was an all around all right show. So let's go ahead and jump into the big things that happened. All right, as you guys don't know, and if you do know now, Cody is now the new undisputed heavyweight champion. Um, what's your overall thoughts about this match, and what do you think about Cody having the belt again?
Um, is like my opinion. I just feel that Cody he already came back. He finished his story. Like yeah, they kind of doing too much with him. Now it's like he needs to go heel. He's been showing signs of it. They need to just pull the trigger. And everyone's saying he's the golden boy, and now you seeing that he's the golden boy. Like he can do no wrong in their eyes. So I kind of figured he was gonna get the title back. Do I want to see him and Randy? Yes, I do. Should it be at WrestleMania? No.
I kind of agree with you to some point. Like, if you had to depend on who's currently running the company, it's him at the moment. Um, he's a hard worker. He really doesn't miss days. Does he ultimately deserve the belt on him? Probably yes. But like you said, it's getting a little bit stale. Either he has to turn heel or it was a waste of time. Um, I kind of wanted to see Drew McIntyre hold the belt a little bit longer. I wouldn't even mind having a three, a triple threat match between him, Cody, and Randy Orton. That would have been interesting to see.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, I
Yeah,
like that one.
yeah, especially for WrestleMania, it gives an intriguing storyline. Um, you actually can have Cody actually turn heel by low blowing Randy Orton or taking the shortcut to finally win the title back, and it would have gave Drew McIntyre the proper reign that he should have deserved long enough
Oh yeah,
to
most definitely.
be able to drop the title and people not really trip about it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, cause in my he deserved the title way longer than what he had. They should have been gave him the title, but I mean, I've heard some rumblings like that's why they changed it when he beat Cody for the title was because they got so much backlash for it.
I, they say they aren't receiving any backlash for Cody getting the belt again, but it feels like the people don't really care. Um,
Right.
I want to say this: you can hear the boos a little bit when he won the title. That should tell you a little bit of something about that.
Right.
Let's move on to another thing. You had Sami Zayn run into Randy Orton backstage, and he basically asked him how was he able to turn on his friend, and he said basically you got to listen to the voices. So, are we looking at a heel turn for Sami Zayn? I mean, it's been a while,
It definitely has. Definitely has.
but
And
one thing I will say is I do love because it wasn't he didn't only just speak to him; he spoke to Cody as well.
mhm.
I do like what they're doing with him in that essence. But they got to put the belt on my guy just once, man. God,
They do, and I think eventually they will. Um, could we see him maybe come out and do a little something at the WrestleMania match?
hmm. Yeah, I can see that. I can also see him. They have to. He has to take the belt off of Cody. Just speaking about him running into Cody and Cody saying you got to think about you and you got to do what's right and blah blah blah, and they run into each other. I think Sami Zayn has to be the one to take the belt off of him after if he survives WrestleMania. I put it like that.
Yeah, because then it'll be like he's pulling the trigger. Because what also not only did we see him talk to Brandy and Cody, if you kind of went off to the side a little bit, they show Aleister Black in the back.
Yeah, I seen that too.
So I mean, hey, maybe they could come into play. Aleister is talking to Sammy, making kind of bringing out his evil side, and then we see it.
Yeah, the dark side, as they say.
Yeah, got to walk on the dark side sometime.
A little bit now and then, I guess. A little bit now and then. Let's speak about this. Is probably one of the most weird storylines.
Hey, my bow brother, my bow brother.
If you guys don't know our truth, and Damian Priest was in the 6-man tag matches, the six
Yeah, the
man
tag team turmoil.
turmoil, yeah, the match, and they ultimately won the thing. First of all, what do you think about this tag team, and do you think they ultimately put the belt on them?
Um, First of all, when I first saw them come out as a team, I was like, "What?" But then it brought me back to when Priest was in the Judgment Day. Actually, both of them was in the Judgment Day, and they kind of had a little fun then and everything like that. And Priest has went on multiple interviews and said he would like to still work with Truth. So I guess they kind of pulling the trigger on that. Will they win the titles? I also think yes, because don't get me wrong, but the tag division on SmackDown is kind of stale. You got the same teams fighting every other week. It's been the MFTs and the Y6. I mean, they're a faction,
The
so of course they're going to feud. But I mean, yeah,
and what you got, the
it
Motor City, what is they called? Machine
Motor,
Guns.
yeah, Motor City Machine Guns.
Is it me or does it look like they're about to split up and go their separate ways?
Um, they well, yeah, it does look like that. Bringing Johnny Gargano into the picture. I mean, I know they've known each other for a long time, so they might be doing that because it's kind of time for them to split some teams up, kind of go their separate ways. Also, I feel there's this tag team turmoil match would have been a perfect opportunity to bring the Street Profits back.
I agree with you. And if this was the point, this should have been the point that turned them to split them apart. That's if that where you was leading to.
Yeah, I mean they could have came back. They could have lost. Montez could have got mad at Dawkins or vice versa, and it could have split them up right then and there.
I agree with you, man. They got
Bing
to do
bang
something like
pow.
that. I agree.
Got to.
Ultimately, I hope both Truth and Priest, and I'm glad Priest is willing to work with Truth. I hope they get exactly where they deserve because I like Truth, and I think Truth should end his last little bit of run in wrestling on a high note.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
speaking of new individuals, you got this.
Hey,
You got Dahlhausen, and I still don't know how to feel about him. He's like a little weird.
I
If you guys
mean,
don't, if you guys don't know, doing like one of the shows, I think for Monday night with the cameras off, he just ran out there and did a promo and threw shirts and then left.
he
Um,
he's that kind of person. He's strange.
he did run into the Miz, and he did per se asked the Miz to be a mentor, and mentor Miz was like no, and then he basically cursed Miz.
Yeah, he's going around cursing everybody. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's all I'm gonna say is I feel like that can't be his gimmick for the next 3 months, man. He has to, he has to be a little. He has to get in the ring and wrestle. I want to see if he can really get down and wrestle. I know he's one of those comedian or comedic uh, uh, characters, but
Yeah,
in the same sense, gotta get in the wrestling ring at some point, man.
he does. He definitely does. At least once. At least once. Maybe
Yeah,
twice, but yeah.
I mean, he's somewhat on the funny side and goofy, but in the same sense, like I said, we're talking about wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, funny and goofy is gonna only get you so far without in ring skill.
I
I
agree.
mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. Let's move on to the next one. You got Rhea and Jade Cargill meeting each other. If you guys haven't seen the back and forth on social media, you should take a look at it. It's getting quite personal. I don't know if it's a work. What do you think? Was it a work or was it not a work? Or
I
I
mean, I feel different aspects of it were true, and I mean, Jay brought the receipts though. When Rhea weaseled, well, not weaseled, because I'm a fan of both of them. Let me just say that. So back when it was supposed to be Io and Bianca, or yeah, it was supposed to be Io and Bianca, and somehow Rhea ended up getting into the match. It's basically kind of that's basically what Jade is talking about. She's able to go to the writers and get her way. Now, is that true or not? We don't know. Could be, could not be. Who's to say? But it's making for good. It's making for good storylines, though.
I believe that Rhea can definitely hold her own with Jade, and this should actually be a very good match as long as Jade isn't stiff, because Jade can get a little stiff from time to time. But for the most part, this should be a good match. They're both stronger than Oxes. They're both about the same size.
Hmm.
Yeah, this would be an interesting feud. I wonder at some time, some point, some way, Bianca rears her head in here sometime, here, there, or not.
Um, I mean, like you say, they both um kind of built the same athletic, physical muscle bound. I mean, we heard that from the promo. That was kind of weird going from the social media to the oh, I'm talking about muscles and everything, but that's another story. Um, but yeah, I feel people wanted to see Bianca and Jay, and will WWE pull that trigger? I don't know. Bianca's still out with finger rehab. I mean, yeah. So
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's still a little bit long ways to go. We'll see where she's at with her recovery. Who knows? We might see her the day after WrestleMania. Um, that week is crazy with people
yeah.
returning and people coming in. Let's go to the next thing. Man, man, I love my dude Trick Willie. No lie, with the lemon pepper steppers. I want to see this feud further down the road. I want to see these guys go at it because I believe Trick can hold his own. But it's like Randy Orton say, Trick Williams, you ain't 6'5", buddy.
I mean, it's like the shirt say, RKO everybody. I mean, those the three most deadliest letters in WWE. I mean, he could hit you out of nowhere. I mean, as we've seen on many occasions, the top RKO for me is still him and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, yeah, threw that
That's
boy
that's
up
my all time favorite RKO. I
into
don't
the
care.
sun. Then he came back down to an RKO.
Exactly. I mean, so it this I would also like to see it, and I say that um if Randy becomes champ, then yeah, we could kind of see this come on down the line. Randy and Trick. Who's to say?
Yeah, I could definitely see Randy and Trick down the line, man. That's definitely an intriguing matchup that I would watch on a consistent basis just because both of those guys are genuinely athletic. And like you said, you can get an RKO from out of nowhere. But Trick Williams has come on the scene and been putting the bright lights, and all he's did was shine. And I
Yes.
like that he's shining. I do.
Yes.
I'm a Trick Williams fan, man. Like I said, one of the last Monday when they came, the last Monday Night Raw that was here in Houston,
Hmm.
uh, I was going to my seat, and he was going to do his promo, and I didn't realize how tall he was. But then I realized he had on. Then I realized he had on the lemon pepper steppers. Uh,
Yeah.
um, the first time I saw those shoes, I got angry. Like I was mad. Like why you got them on, bro? Like you Trick Williams. You feel me? Like,
Yeah. I
but
mean,
nah,
but he took it and made it what it is.
yeah. He's definitely finding himself. He's definitely decent on the mic. He can hold his own. So I like it though. I
Yeah.
like
And see, I also think in this feud, Randy is kind of wanted to take him under his wing because if you recall when they first kind of had an interaction, Trick threw the mic into the crowd by accident, and you saw it, the look on his face, and Randy just took him and he kind of gave him a little roughing up. So I feel that Randy is ultimately taking him under his wing, teaching him the ropes and everything like that, kind of bringing them up in the game.
like we said, all in all, man, this was a good episode. Give everybody a good old B minus. It was cool
Yeah.
though. Good episode. And speaking of different things, we had on Saturday NXT Vengeance Day. If you guys don't know, NXT will be here on Monday at 713 Music Hall, and
Hmm.
it's Booker T Appreciation Day. Um,
Oh,
if you guys didn't see Vengeance Day, we'll go over a few couple matches of what happened and what we felt like. I felt like the Vengeance Day card was actually pretty decent. The individuals that won, I could see why they won. I give it an 85. It
okay.
was an okay show.
Yeah.
I liked
I
it.
I give it along the same lines. I actually my predictions for the matches, I actually got 4 out of 5. Um,
I would have
and I
liked I would have liked for Ricky Saints to win just to put. You gotta sometimes keep a heel on, keep the belt on a heel for a little bit, and
mhm.
then they could have gave it back to Joe Hendry. Even though I like Joe Hendry, Joe Hendry's funny to me. He's a funny character without being a funny character to me.
He is. But what makes his character pop even more now, you guys have to watch NXT.
Yes.
Whenever Joe Hendry comes out, you have to listen to Uncle Book sing his theme song. It is the most hilarious thing on this earth. I mean, he's like one of those uncles at the family reunion who gets a little too inebriated and be, oh girl now, I watch out there now, I got you now. He kind of one of those, but he's cool to have around though. I mean, he's the OG unk.
Real talk. Speaking of that, Joe Hendry retained his title against Ricky Saints. It was a fairly good match. I liked it. I like Joe Hendry having the belt on him, but like I said, at this point, they could have put the belt on Ricky Saints, which would have made that group because of Ethan Page losing his belt.
Hmm.
This would have put Ricky Saints as the guy holding the NXT title, and it kind of would have made it smart that he was head of the group. You know what I'm saying? You can't be head of the group and somebody else in your faction has a belt. You know what I mean? It's
I mean, but I think that's kind of where they're going. If you remember, um, Ethan Page actually came out and he slid him the title, but it was too far. And from there, you could kind of get the sense of, oh, my bad, but was it really my bad? Did I really mess up? Or did I want you to think that I messed up?
yeah, I could see that. Ethan Page is an a hole, and he's a all about Ethan Page type of guy. What is it?
Oh,
All
yeah.
info Ethan Page
Yeah,
on
at the end of
division.
the day, it's him or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, but for the most part, Ricky Saints, who's a very good wrestler. They wrestled very well. I don't know. I don't know how much longer you can keep Ricky Saints and Ethan Page on NXT before you have to call those guys up. Those guys were big names in other other wrestling programs. At some point, you got to move them up. But they're making it work down there in NXT.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
lie.
I feel like um at first when they came in, I was like, hold up, wait. They kind of putting them in the title picture too fast. But then I had to think back to what you just alluded to. They were big performers in other wrestling promotions, so it was kind of time. But yeah, I do feel like they need to call them up eventually, and I kind of do see that with them and their little faction. They kind of taking the Vanity Project under their wing and kind of mentoring them up. So I think they're kind of putting them in place so when they do leave, they could be the top heels or whatever, or
No, I
along
got
those lines.
you. You also had Lola versus Kalani Jordan.
Hmm.
I felt like this match should have went to Kalani. But I understand that Lola has probably won what 3 of these matches in a row or something like
It's
that.
her fourth one. That one was her fourth one.
Yeah, and it's a fairly decent match. I just felt like I wanted to see Kalani win. I think Kalani's been doing good work for them. Lola's been doing work. I don't know how neither one of them has had the NXT title put on them. But
I don't see that either. I mean, that giving Kalani the TNA title could have been congratulations. I mean, because he was doing good work even before then. So the TNA title run could have been a big congratulations. And like you said, Lola, she's been working with NXT. She's the mixed tag team AAA champion along with Misty Guana. So I mean, I could see more big things for them. When will they happen? I don't know. Time will tell.
yeah, I felt that maybe the TNA title was a big jump for Kalani. Gotta start putting the NXT title on some of these people, man. I thought one of their biggest mistakes ever was not putting the title on um Bianca Belair.
Yeah,
If you guys don't know, they never put the NXT women's title on Bianca Belair, and I always thought that was a travesty. I thought she should have held that title. I thought she should have held that title for a while. Um, I know they had um Oscar down there with it on and things of that nature, but come on, man. And now look at Bianca Belair. She was one of the top females in the industry. Period.
yeah. I mean,
Period.
but at that time, who could beat Oscar?
Come on, man. You still don't let her go that long,
Yeah,
especially
you.
when she made a couple of debuts in the Rumble and she did her thing and
Yeah.
the people was behind her. That would
Oh
have got
yeah.
more people to watch NXT if she had the belt ultimately on her, but they never did. So I want to see one of these ladies put the belts on themselves. Um, and there's one other person I really want to see them put the belt on. She's in the next one. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was about to get to that too.
there, but for all in all, the ladies of NXT, like I really watch them, and I like what they bring to the table, especially Lola, Kalani Jordan, um, and the next two.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know how much longer you keep them down there. Like you, man, it's crazy because I know there's not a lot of room for call ups, but golly, man,
You got to do something.
yeah, you can't. I like Ivory now, right? I think she's strong. I think you gotta send her back to NXT and
I mean,
change her up a little bit.
but they're just now kind of putting her in the main event picture.
Yeah,
Is
I know, but I'm just still saying. I feel like she, first of all, she's very small in stature, like
yeah.
very small in stature. I don't know how you really. I know she's strong, but she's not as strong as Rhea or Bianca or uh Lash Legend.
I mean,
Um,
but they kind of really haven't given her the opportunity to really showcase what she has. I mean, I know she's had a couple of matches, but mostly her
okay, so let me ask you, how you felt that she did in the what was it?
and the women's tag team turmoil for the number one contender in Continental. I
Yes.
mean, she did good in my opinion. She did good. Did I know that she was gonna win it? Or I mean, well, did I know that she was gonna lose it? Yes. I mean, just look who they had in the match.
I
You
I,
you
I
had.
I got you.
I mean, it was there. She was put in the match to build her up, but she's she's not at that level where she could just hold it on her own.
I no, I got you. They have to like let her start to beat the natties, and then work her way up to
Yeah, I mean because even with Natty's character, I feel that it could be some ties between her and Ivy now, being that Natty's from the dungeon and Ivy is this uh what would you call it, machine of a woman. I mean, she's built.
I
She
can
she
see it.
I mean, it they could really get some good juicy storyline out of it, if
I
you
know
ask me.
I hear you. But let's move on to the next one, which is my favorite. Blake Monroe versus
Miss Parker.
yeah, go Miss Parker, Jada Parker. As we was talking, if you guys don't know, Blake Monroe beat Jada Parker in a street fight. Um, I thought they should have let Jada Parker win. I think it's time. I don't know how
Yes.
much longer we have to wait for them to push Jada Parker to the point where she has the belt on her. I thought she's giving them great matches.
Yes.
I thought she's worked her tail off. She can hold on the mic to a certain extent. And she's easy on the eyes, man. She's easy on the eyes. Miss Parker is she reminds me so much of Bianca Belair
Yeah.
in the essence of how they carry themselves, how they started slow. Come on,
Yeah.
I hope they don't
Slow
do the
build
same.
up.
Yeah, I hope they don't do the same thing to her what they did to Bianca and move her up before she has ultimately her title reign in NXT.
Right.
Blake Monroe doing her thing, coming from over. Like we said, she's came from multiple. Isn't this her second stint in WWE?
I don't know.
I think this is her second stint, if I'm correct. But anyways, she her coming over from AEW and doing her thing. I think she's holding her own. I like how they're doing her in the essence. It's definitely putting her with Jada Parker. Um, for the most part, this was probably the match I was looking forward to most. but they have to really do something and start elevating these women. You can move Black Monroe to the main roster and Jada Parker, and there'd be no issue. Um, do you see any one of them being a call up for after WrestleMania,
Um,
or do you think they'll stay down in NXT?
they need to call them up. I mean,
So
Jada Parker for sure.
if you had to rate the girls in essence of who's ready to go to the main roster, who would be number one and who would be number two?
Between these two, or between these
All,
two and all of them?
yeah,
Um,
I ain't gonna lie, I like Soruka too, bro.
I mean, yeah, I like her. They're actually putting her in a title picture, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I mean, I know she has her issue with Zarya, former tag team partner, but Zarya is trying to get the title, which she's never had a title. So I think they're trying to do a little triple three-way with them and everything. But I feel that they do need to call Jada up. Jada, in my opinion, will be number one. I mean, she's been down there, like you say. If they don't have anything for her in NXT, they need to move on up. If not if not WrestleMania, maybe the Monday night after the Raw after WrestleMania, they need to bring her up.
I like Jada Parker. I just I want her to get her flowers in NXT before they move her up because if they move her up, there's an instance that she might not get what she deserves until some of those ladies disappear, aka the Oscars, aka the Charlotte
Okay.
Flairs. You still got Rhea, Liv Morgan, um, not Nia Jax. Um, you got too many. You got too many big names in front of her to ultimately and Lola. What's her name? The current world heavyweight women's champion. I can't think of her name.
Um.
Oh, Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you Bianca's gonna come back, and then you got
Yeah.
Naomi go come back. Like you got, and word on the street is I don't know if you've heard this before. Uh, Ronda Rousey's starting to catch the itch again. Um, I know, but it'll be just a big name that'll come with that. So I mean, word on the street is she's. I know she didn't like her first term because she didn't understand it, but I think as she sees what's going on, she's starting to say, okay, maybe I can come back in and do it again. Um, then it's just too much going on. You got the Bella twins there. So I can see them staying another year in NXT or longer. But they eventually got to put the belt on either Blake Monroe or has Blake had the belt already?
She's been the North American.
Oh, she hasn't been the women's champion. Okay.
Right.
Well, let's go ahead and move to Raw. I do look forward to seeing more of these women.
Oh yeah.
Man, the Monday Night Raw was a little bit crazy, man.
It
A little bit
was.
crazy.
It was. What was your overall rating of the show?
I give the matches like a C plus.
Hmm.
I like some of them, but overall, with the theatrics and things of that nature, CM Punk segment, um, them running into each other in the back, I give it a B overall. I give it a B overall, man. I
Okay.
liked it, but it wasn't too crazy. I mean, I think you know Roman Reigns is a part-time participant. I think if
Hmm.
we had him on the show every Monday, especially leading to the WrestleMania, I think it would be a little bit more intriguing. But
Hmm.
I get it. They don't want to overwork the man. They don't want to overuse him either.
I'm,
Did Brock Lesnar show up again, or was he absent?
no, no.
Exactly. See, some of these
Act-
things.
yeah, they part timers. I mean, actually, both of them are gonna be at Raw next Monday. They did say that. But CM Punk did hint on it in his little promo with the Usos. Uh, their promo was kind of crazy. He was like, "Why is Roman sending his cousins here and to do his dirty work?" I mean,
Where do you see the storyline going?
um,
Because I think I kind of have an idea. I just want to see if we're thinking anywhere close to the same.
it's going to be very personal. I will say that it's going to be very personal. Um, I think it'll be a thing where Roman's come back, does his promo. Probably somewhere down the line, it could go where uh, eventually we kind of see a bloodline form again.
Oh yeah, so I guess
I
we're going down the same
I
rabbit
mean,
hole.
they the tag champs. Roman's going for the title. Hey, perfect opportunity.
But do you think it gets bigger than that though? If you understand what I'm saying, because you do got the MFTs, you got them down there.
Hmm.
You get the brothers together, and you bring in the little brother with his crew. Man, that'd be
You
crazy.
see, yeah, it could lead into multiple things. So hey, we got Bloodline on Raw, we got the Bloodline on SmackDown. Well, the MFTs, but they still a Bloodline. I mean, so hey,
I'm just saying, what about the bloodline takeover, and then there's a faction who has to come in and ultimately derail them and not derail themselves. That'd be crazy, man. That'd be crazy.
it will be. It definitely will be. Definitely will be. I mean, but hey, we'll see. We'll
You
see
got
where it goes.
you got good old Sethi. Um, he made his appearance.
Yeah. I mean, all the masked men. Who do you think they are?
We know a couple of them. We know the one is at Seth Rollins' school. Am I correct?
Yeah, yeah. His wrestling school, the one with the green hair, that
The big
Logan
guy.
Paul.
I think the big guy is what is it? MLW. I think he was the MLW champion.
Yeah. I
One of them
mean,
was it's just can throw a curveball. I mean,
I see what they're doing leading up to WrestleMania. Um,
do you think it's gonna be a 4-on-4,
if I mean if they could be healthy, that's the big question right there.
or do you think it's gonna be a 2-on-2? Both of those guys are out for a while. I had to rethink what I just said.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
the only
he,
one who can possibly make it back in time would be uh
Braun.
yeah.
Yeah.
He could be the only one because he's already had his surgery, and his surgery doesn't take that long. I want to say it's like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and he still has enough time to
Okay.
be somewhat rusty, but not all the way. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
What else happened on Raw, man? You got this guy as the IC champ.
Yeah.
I
He
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Yeah, you got Penta. He's the new IC champ. I believe he had his first defense against, and see that's where you bring the Danhausen back in. To my understanding, it was supposed to be the original El Grande Americano. Now in the match, you get El Grande Americano.
Hmm.
So I mean, that's where Danhausen came in and cursed him. You see Ryu and or is it Ryu? The other two who's in there with him. You see them in the background. So hey, maybe they did something. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they saw something. We'll never know.
Yeah, this is. What do you think about that whole storyline? What? El Mero, what is it? El
El
Grande
Grande
Americano.
Americano. I mean, it's gonna eventually lead to a
We
one
know
on
who
one.
we know who both of the guys are.
We
Like
we know who they are. We know, but you just have to keep up with the hey. We got the original and we got the 2.0.
but who's the two sidekicks? Have you figured that
Uh,
out?
I would say yes. Actually, one is Pete Dunne and the other is Tyler Bate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what? That makes absolutely sense.
yeah. Because we haven't seen them on TV, but now we get these two. I
No,
mean, and it's cool. It's different for them because they get to be comedic. I feel like it's a different thing for them.
I think we were talking about this last week. The ultimately the change of Finn Balor. As you guys know, they beat Finn up and
Oh yeah.
threw him
I
out of
mean,
Judgment Day.
you could tell it was coming. Um, with him getting singles matches against CM Punk.
Let me ask you a question though,
Hmm.
because you have the Judgment Day, which is basically two women and two men. Uh, Something I'd like to see would be a 3-on-3 match, and I think this is some time to bring in some. I would like to see Finn Balor go and get a team, and you already know one of the guys I want to bring in because we've been talking about him, and that's Chris Jericho if he's available. This would be a perfect way to bring in Chris Jericho, and bring in um or bring up one of the women from NXT, and this is a way to get them in there to go, one on one. Well, not go one on one to be part of the mixed tag match, 3-on-3 against um Dominic, Big Head, and what's her name?
Big Liv, or would you do Raquel?
No, it's got to be Raquel because Liv gonna have a match because she's the number one contender to.
Oh yeah, she is gonna.
She's the
Uh,
Royal Rumble winner.
yeah.
Yeah, so having Raquel, JD, and Dominic go with Finn and two people of his choice, which I would hope one would be um, I mean, it would be something dope because that way you could slot them in without really having to change too much or nothing, and
Yeah.
bring up one of the women who deserve to get a little bit more showtime. If not, you can bring up Joe Hendrick. Like he would fit in that. He would fit in right in
Mm,
there. Come on, man. I like Joe Hendrick, bro.
I like them too, but for the main roster,
Not
I
yet.
don't.
I'm saying bring him up just for that match so people. He has a huge following. Let's stop acting like he doesn't.
He
Uh,
does. He does. I will give him that. He has a very huge following.
I feel like he's a merch selling guy, even though uh, mm, well, people know who he is. Even though he's on NXT, I think he sells a lot of merch.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy to me. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, no
Uh,
problem. No problem.
you had that. What else you had, man? Oh,
It.
you had Bailey winning the
Oh yeah, the number one contender for the Intercontinental. With that, I think it was time for her. Like I say, she was snubbed at WrestleMania, all because Becky Lynch came back. Um, yeah, it's time for her to win the big one. Now that match is supposed to happen. Uh, is it next week between her and AJ Lee?
I don't think she wins. They just put the belt on AJ Lee. The only way they take the belt off of AJ Lee if they feel she can't handle the workload. That's the only thing I can see.
But then, how would you? I well, I guess you would continue to escalate the storyline by inserting Becky, which I hate. because Becky doesn't need the title, but hey, that's how you could.
Well, you know what? You could have Becky. Yeah, but then it leads back to them at WrestleMania, and I don't want to see that again.
Yeah, I don't either.
Unless, well, what if you insert Becky in the triple threat with Bailey, her, and AJ?
Then then you could take the title off of AJ Lee without actually having her pin. Bailey could pin Becky and win it that way.
But what if? Okay, because we know they got a match coming up,
Hmm.
right? So Becky interferes, which ultimately makes Bailey win, which means Bailey's going to WrestleMania, right? Well, Bailey doesn't like uh that Becky interfered, and so they have a beef. And then AJ Lee wants her title because she never left, but she has a problem. And ultimately,
Exactly.
it ends up with them at WrestleMania in the in the triple threat match because I was about to say a three way, which is inappropriate. Uh, in a triple threat match for the IC title, which I think would be interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's too many.
It's too many variables. It's too many ways
Too
you could
many.
go
It's too
with it.
many. It's too many big names of women in WWE.
Yes,
Like that's why we keep going back to Jada and Lola and Blake Monroe and So Ruka and none of them being moved up. It's man, it's too deep of a women wrestling cast for them to jump in and actually be seen at the
uh,
moment. So
it is too deep of a wrestling pool, but I will say, um, because there have been times where is they NXT hasn't been pulling the trigger on wrestlers being called up when they should have been called up, or you have where they do get called up and um, they flourish, or they get called up and they sink.
what do you? So we know at WrestleMania we're gonna have Liv Morgan versus Stephanie. What do you? How do you feel about that match? And how do you feel about the build up to that match? Because I feel like it's been kind of boring per se. I feel like it's been like when I see it, I'm like, okay, I get it. She's doing another vignette in Spanish, and then you got Liv Morgan and Judgment Day beating up on Finn Balor. I feel like there's too much going on that they're not focusing on that storyline, and I feel like it's blah as of right now.
It is, especially with the vignettes in English and Spanish. I mean, reading the subtitles on TV. I mean,
Bro, I'm gonna say this, man. They had the perfect way to make that storyline so interesting when Raquel lost.
hmm
And she lost because of Liv.
yeah, yeah.
Like
They
that
they
would have
could have
been
did something with that.
so man. I felt like that would have been so interesting. I like Liv Morgan, but I don't know, man. I feel like I mean, we got mad when they had I I guess we get mad with Becky Lynch is in the picture now for belts. I think we're tired. She almost has the Charlotte Flair effect when
Oh
it comes to
yeah,
championship belts. Like, oh man, you could have put it on anybody else and you put it back on her. Um,
right.
what's her name? What's her name? I can't think of her name. The one who was
Who-
tagging with Bailey,
Um,
Valkyria.
Lava Valkyria.
Yeah, Lyra Valkyria. I don't know how I feel about her. Like I feel
Now, I
go ahead.
would say with wrestlers who, like you were saying earlier, that Ivy now should be called back to NXT. I'm thinking Laura Valkyria should be
Wow.
brought down back to NXT. I
I
mean,
I'm not opposed to that. I'm not. I feel like they brought her up too fast and then they
mhm,
pushed her into the belt picture too fast and then
mhm.
now she's like a I wouldn't say you roll your eyes when she comes on TV, but I sometimes change the channel. I mean,
I
I
mean,
mean,
is the storyline with Bailey now where she's a tag team partner and everything. I mean, where would Laura go after that? And that's why I say maybe bring her back down to NXT.
I would second that. I felt like she would go back to NXT and flourish, especially put her directly into the championship picture with the NXT title, and she could
Hmm.
be the main horse that runs that show,
Hmm.
maybe for men and women. I'm just saying she's a good wrestler. She misses something. I don't know what it is.
She needs more mic skills. I would say that.
Yeah, she doesn't necessarily have it all the way. She has like
Yeah,
when she wrestles, she'll get down. Like
yeah, yeah,
she's a
yeah.
wrestler.
She get down. She definitely throws on, but it the mic skills, the kind of polishing up on the personality. Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Then we had what Oba Feeney and
Who see? No one can stop over. No one can stop him. I mean, he look he won against Rusev. He manhandled Rusev. When is the last time you seen Rusev get manhandled?
I think this is a perfect time to bring in Osmo and let him manhandle him too.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
just get
he's on triple A. He's in triple A. He formed a faction with El Hijo del Vikingo.
no. I'm just
So
saying you bring him back, you let him destroy him, and then everybody's like, you more like okay, and then you move towards who Brock Lesnar and see if we can ultimately get that match.
yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that one. I mean, because we if you haven't been paying attention to the writings on the wall, he's gonna be the one to answer the call to wrestle Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I feel
Speaking of writing on the wall, what do you think about the firing of Road Dogg or the stepping away of Road Dogg?
exactly. Which one was it? I mean, I feel he did kind of see the writing on the walls and maybe stepped away before it all went downhill. Um,
Sometimes
I
he was a goofy writer. He
right,
was just
right, right,
goofy.
right. As we saw in the Unreal episode, um, yeah, he just kind of put his foot in his mouth. Sometimes he
They
let his
hired.
emotion.
They already hired a new lady, correct? It was a lady, right?
I
Yeah.
I think it was a lady, if I'm not mistaken.
You know
I
who else needs to
mean,
go?
who?
Bruce Pritchard. Oh no,
I've
no.
been.
What, what's the other guy name who was saying the stupid stuff about
Oh,
about
Michael Hayes.
oh I'm tired of Michael Hayes too. Like, bro, this isn't the old days, man. Like, golly, get him.
I mean, you can from his interview. I think it was on the Undertaker's podcast. Undertaker did chop him up for that, and but I think when he might have been,
Why
I
is
think
he
he
not?
went to Cody's or something. But he was basically saying Triple H is he wants Michael to groom Bobby Roode to be his next in line. and
Well,
probably eventually phase Michael Hayes out.
not why not just put Michael Root in that spot instead of having Hayes be there? Hayes is an old timer. So is Bruce Pritchard. I'm tired of both of those old guys. Like they think they're smart, but they're dumb.
I mean,
Like
I get it, I feel you, but it's the case of you. I mean, Bobby Roode, he hasn't been producing long, has he?
no, what's the other one? Jordan.
Yeah, Jason Jordan.
I thought he put on a couple good matches.
Oh yeah, yeah. He
Because
produced a couple
because
good ones.
because he works with the women. Am I correct? If I'm correct, he's the
Yeah,
yeah. He
yeah,
works with the
yeah.
women.
Him and Fit Finley, they work with the women.
Also, didn't they bring both of them back on NXT? Didn't they show
Yeah,
up?
yeah. Actually, they did show up. Fit Finley and William Regal. They're going with this whole birthright faction. You got Lexus King, which Brian Pillman was his father. Rest in peace. You got uh,
Shout out to Chris Benoit's son. His son. We talk about Chris Benoit's son was in the crowd and CM Punk gave him a hug.
mhm,
That's what we're talking about. We're now giving a shout out to Chris Benoit, giving a shout out to Chris Benoit's son. Shout out to that young man with everything he's been through. Uh,
yes,
you know, major ups for him showing up and they showing him love, still in wrestling. Big ups to that young fella.
yes. Um, Back to the birthright. You have what's his name? I can't even think of his name, but there's William Regal's son. The whole birthright faction is
You-
wrestlers that
Let me, let me ask
parents used to do it.
let me ask you a question. We know Finn Finley's son just signed with AEW. You think he backs out?
Uh,
Or is he even signed? Maybe I'm a little too far advanced. He was on AEW, wasn't he?
I've been hearing different things. Like he wanted to sign with WWE, or they approached him about it. And being that the group Birthright is in NXT, they wanted him to come down there. But he's been a big
You know
star
what?
in New Japan, so
You know what? I think he shows up. Standard deliver comes, and all of a sudden Birthright just shows up. You don't think he shows up for it?
he could. But then I did hear that he signed with AEW. I did hear. Now, was it a rumor? I don't know, but that's what I've heard. That he didn't want to go to NXT, he wanted to go to the main roster, and he went to AEW with some of his friends. So
Yeah, that main roster thing hurts, man.
it does, especially when you coming from the indies or other promotions and you have a big name.
Yeah, man. I just want to say to everybody out there watching, man, we appreciate you guys. You guys can come in at any time and join in
Oh,
on the conversation.
anytime.
If there's a conversation you want to hear, put it in the chat, and at that moment in time, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Wrestling is everything we talk about here. Um, and we just here for a good time. The only reason why we're on tonight, guys, because I had a mishap and we missed yesterday because of me. We wanted to get on sometime today because we didn't want to let the week go by. So it was my fault that we didn't.
It's okay. You just chalk it up to technical difficulties.
Yes,
They
sir.
come here and there, so it's all good.
Yeah,
Just glad you're back with me.
I got a hit with a steel chair and I couldn't make it back to my feet in time.
Couldn't
But
make
no,
the
yeah, I couldn't make the count. But I will say, most of the times majority of the times we will be on at 10 o'clock Monday nights, right after
Mhm.
Raw or a little bit after Raw, per se. If you got topics you want to join in from the week, NXT was tonight. We'll talk about NXT. We'll talk about SmackDown, and we'll talk about what happened on Raw that night as well in the next episode. Thank you guys so much. You got anything to say to the people at Davo? And no, he doesn't have a mask on today and has today.
Nah, I won't have the mask on today. It'll be a surprise on my different identities. But I will say Thank you to everyone that's watching out there. It's been a big help. Like Marcus said, if you have any ideas, any topics you want us to talk about, feel free, drop them in the comment section. Join us for the chat. We're just a podcast. We like to talk about wrestling. Wrestling's our big thing. I could remember a while ago, me and Marcus had this idea, and now it's coming to play. And as you could tell, well, if you can't see, I'm real excited about it. I'm trying to hide it, but I'm real excited about it. So just come in, join the chat, let us know what you want to talk about, and we'll go from there.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much. And once again, we'll go and like the Facebook page, uh,
Yes.
Suplex City to City. That way you can catch all the new episodes and things that we drop. We appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night. We
Good
out.
night. We out.